From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas, this is the Grandpa and Pappy Show. Hey.
That was pretty fancy.
That was pretty fancy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Marshall, or rather Bulldog,
Yeah.
for that musical interlude.
Yeah,
We appreciate that
Bulldog.
very much. Hey, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Got my jersey on. Of course, the NFL draft got underway last night. Dallas Cowboys taking a gentleman from Penn State, a linebacker,
Yeah.
which they desperately need with the retirement of Sean Lee.
Quick on his feet too. That boy
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
He can run
Saw the highlights.
He can run a 40 in less than 4.4.
Holy mackerel.
Not bad for a big boy.
No kidding. No kidding. But it'll be on again tonight with round 2 and 3, I think.
Yeah.
Before it winds up. It'll wind up on Saturday. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a fun show lined up for you today, and we thank you so much for taking time out of your day
Yes, we do.
to join us and participate in the Grandpa and Pappy Show. If this is the first time that you have joined us, it's a very simple application of what we do here on this show. We ask the question to you on our site, our Facebook group page, and you give us your opinions, and you have done it again today.
Simple pimple, yeah.
And the reason we're going to have a little fun is that we asked the question, Pappy, and we'll start with you. I mean, knowing what you know today, what would you have done differently if you were in your 20s again?
Very simple answer. I would have took one giant step to the left.
He got shot in his 20s as a police officer.
Yep. One giant step to the left, and everything would have been okie dokie. I think.
You know, I've thought about that a lot. I really have. I mean, we all look back and wish maybe we'd have done something different here and there, you know, in our 20s.
Oh, God, there's so many things I should be able to change.
Yeah, but as so many people have said that we'll share with you here in just a minute, that wouldn't change a thing because it wouldn't be where they're at today.
Well, that's true.
Or who they're with today.
Well, like I said.
You know, things happen for a reason.
A reason. Everything happens for a reason.
So, I don't know. We had some really good comments, and let me ask you,
As
Special
well
K. I mean, do you have anything that you wished you'd have done different?
She's probably married a rock star.
Y'all rock star. No, I couldn't have lived that life at all.
Me neither.
You know, not really anything much. But I think if I had to go back to my 20s, I would for sure. I mean, I was blessed with 2 beautiful kids in my 20s, so
That's a fact.
my 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't change that for anything in the world. But I think I would have finished my college degree before I moved on.
Yeah.
You know, and I still would have had my 2 beautiful kids. So
Yeah.
Hey.
but I would have done that first.
Well, there you go.
What about you, amigo?
I don't, you know, I look back and I was beginning my radio career there in Paris, Texas. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
It was good to hear from you, Dr. Boyd, an old part-time DJ at KPLT in Paris, Texas that we made connections with, so we're real happy to have him.
Yeah.
But, I was learning the business and learning how to do things the right way, and met some wonderful, wonderful people up in Paris that I still keep in touch with.
Yeah.
I don't think I would change anything, except maybe I would have saved a little more money than I did. You know? So I wouldn't be in the position I'm in today.
Well, then there's always that.
I don't
to look
have
back
my
on, yeah.
my sign that I have on the corner,
Yeah.
down here off of Marine Creek. So, no, I think I would have put away a little more money than I did, but I don't think I would have changed a thing because, like Special K said, some beautiful kids came out in my late 20s.
Well, and I could say that. I mean, you know, everybody that knows me knows I've been in and out of a lot of relationships. So, and I can't really look back on that because I've got 3 wonderful boys out of 2 marriages. Are you through?
Yeah, I'm almost.
Are you through? Anyway, yeah, and you can't really look back without taking that away. I mean, I was blessed with 3 good guys. They good kids, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. So.
Yep. And they're good guys.
Their mommies,
They really are.
not so very much on their mommies.
So what would you do? Let me ask you folks out there, what would you do? Knowing what you do now,
Yeah.
if you could apply that back in your 20s, let's take a look at what you guys had to say. Some of them
Absolutely.
very enlightening.
Yeah.
Skip Starkey said, I would teach these young children respect, manners, values, and the real way of living that we had growing up. In other words, they would be learning the same morals, etc., that I did 30-something years ago.
Bingo. That's well said, Skip.
Yeah.
That's something that we lack in society today.
Amen.
Ethics and morals.
As
and
Daddy
then,
says, ain't it so?
and then the 2 words, common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Schomburg told us that he would do nothing at all different. I had hormonal distraction syndrome, whatever the hell that
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It don't sound like fun, though. There was no avoiding my path. Ricky Smith said I suffered from the same disease. Well, y'all enlighten me. I don't know what that is.
I have no
you know
clue.
What that is?
Yes.
What is it?
Lay it on us.
Diarrhea or what?
Okay, guys.
Huh?
Really, y'all don't know what hormonal distraction is?
It sounds like a girl thing to me.
It is very much a girl thing,
Oh,
a sex thing.
well, Ricky Smith had it.
Okay, okay. I will take your word on it, Special K.
Okay.
All right.
That's the way I take it. That
I'm
they
just-
were more into the girls and sowing their oats.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm just an old country boy.
That's really sad that a lady or woman has to explain that to 2 men.
Well, you know
Oh,
how it is.
come on,
You know how
guys.
it is. I've got a remark, but I'll
Growing
save
up,
it.
I was so horny the crack of dawn wouldn't save. So is
I was
that
trying
putting me?
to avoid the H word, but that is what that meant.
Okay.
H word?
W word.
Oh, W word.
All right, we'll skip over that.
Without?
And-
Is that what you talking about? Without?
Brian Emerton said I'd go to music college and get a degree.
Yeah.
The professionals give you a better chance with a paper. Renee Cremian said the list is too long for me. And Zenas Pilcher said no drugs, prescription, or street.
Yeah.
That would have been a good way to go.
Absolutely. Adam Smith told us that he would have gotten his act together and bought a trailer. I would have gotten organized and did larger jobs as a contractor. Bob Baker told us that he would have read the instructions.
Bob, I still don't read the instructions. When there's something to be put together, Special K does it.
That's right.
That's a fact. I mean,
Don't give it.
I can't believe I have.
Just
I have
don't
2 or
give it
3.
to Helen, okay?
I have 2 or 3 screws left over every time I put something together, and she never does.
That's right, because you read the instructions.
Okay, I got it.
You're taking all the challenge out of it, K-Bird.
Yeah, well, sometimes
no.
we need a few extra screws here and there.
Well, and they're
All-
all in a
all of mine
little
are
jar sitting in the garage.
There you go.
You can't ever tell when you might need one.
Ain't it so? Adam Smith said I would have gotten my act together. Oh, well, you just read that one. Jen R. Earhart said I wouldn't change anything. Every choice, good or bad, got me here. Every circumstance contributed to today. I like that. I wouldn't change the recipe because I like the cake. Boy, now that's prophetic.
That is, that's
And Kimberly
profound.
Smith Hogg said the same with her. I like that. I wouldn't change the recipe because I like the cake.
Couple of good old-fashioned cake eaters right there, by God.
I love it. Yeah, it sounded like a pappyism right there.
Well, it is now.
Okay, it will go in the pappy book.
That's right. I'll put
Yes.
that on the list.
There
Thanks
you
for
go.
sending that in, guys. Mark Wallace said, that's a good question. I sure made a lot of dumbass decisions in my 20s for sure, and yes, I'd like to go back and change some of them. But in the long run, I like my life today, and I'm not sure I could say that if I hadn't have made those decisions 30 years ago.
What's the old saying? You live and learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Some of them are so bad I like repeating them. So
Well, I agree. I agree.
Kind of slow on the uptake of learning. So.
James Gordon Wolfe said, "The one thing I regret is going back to live with my parents after my divorce. I got stuck living with him until I was nearly 50 years old.
Damn it.
I should have applied for the Basic Educational Opportunities Grant that was available at that time and moved on to campus."
Well, I guarantee you this, James, you'd have had a hell of a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Susan Saunders told us I would have listened to my grandparents, paid attention to my credit, and would have never gone to college, would have gone to college. I'm sorry. Marianne Street agreed with Susan by saying ditto. If you would have listened to them then, maybe I wouldn't be struggling so much now.
I think that may be the case for all of us.
You know,
Yeah.
and I always listen to my parents and my seniors, but I just never followed their advice.
Well, yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
I listened to everything my parents said, except it went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, when you're in
know.
your 20s, your early mid 20s,
bulletproof and you're deaf.
You know everything already anyway. What the hell, you
Supposed
know?
to. That's what they say. Anyway, Norma McDonald says, "I've been blessed to have lived the beautiful life I have lived. I would not change a thing about my God for sure, for he has been my light of direction." Bobby Salas Jr. took the reverse angle by saying he would have punched more people.
That sounds like my brother, Rick. I'd have knocked the hell out of one boy.
There you go.
That's right. Twyla Richards said I would have loved me more and believed in my value as a person. Too many years running against the wind. I'm grateful for where I am today. No one can tell you how fast time goes by until you get to an age where you lose people too often. Enjoy each day and always have things to look forward to. That's very important.
Now, by God, that's very good
Well,
opinion right there.
good words right there, Miss Twyla.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. That got me to thinking a little bit.
Yeah.
Sue Gunner told Twyla that my early years were much like yours. I would have involved God more in my life sooner than I did, and to help me be a better wife and mom to my 2 sons.
And that's almost
Well,
hard
there
to
you
believe,
go.
Sue,
There
because
you
you
go.
were a damn good mother and a good wife.
Yeah.
Well, from what everybody said, I don't know. Ryan Crabtree said I would have respected the value of $1 more and started putting back from my elder years. But like most people in their 20s, I spent whatever I earned on things I wanted without keeping an eye on the future. My life today would be much easier if I had. Crawdaddy Young said I would have fast forwarded to now.
It sounds like something Crawford would say, didn't
He must have lived a hell of a young life.
he? Yeah, no kidding.
Like so many of us have. You know?
Eddie Cantu, the Indian formerly known as Eddie Dixon, brought a little Prince thing in there, says, "I'm not sure. I think if I had changed something, my destiny would have been a whole lot different. Maybe not for the good." James Myerson said, "I couldn't agree more with that, but I guess we'll never know for sure now, will we?"
You know, and the reason for a name change, and I didn't know this. I thought I knew everything. Eddie is full-blood American Indian, and he married an American Indian. Well, in his tribe, when you get married, the husband takes the bride's maiden name, last name.
Well, this is how he explained it to me. When he asked for his wife's hand in marriage to her father, he didn't have anything to give him. You see all these movies, I have 3 horses, 14 scalps,
Yeah.
22 arrows to give you. But he said he did not have anything to do it, so as a way to honor the family, he took their name.
Really?
Last name. Yeah.
Well,
That's
he
the
did.
way I heard it too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I'm not going to disagree with him. I just got my hair cut. I don't need another one. So
Don't-
don't
don't need to be
kidding with you,
scared.
Eddie. I love you, brother. You know that.
Yeah, we love it. Eddie and Dolores, good people.
Yes, they
love
are.
Love them dearly with all my heart. Christina Marie Cornstubble, down there in Rockport, Texas, told us as much as I'd like to have done several things differently. I'd be in a different place and possibly without children or meeting the wonderful people I have in my life currently. Darletta McCauley Holland said, I would go to Bible college.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. It's where all the good parties are.
I am not going to go there. Now, hush that.
LCC.
Hello, Darlita. How you doing, sweet girl? Misty Revia Ellis said, I would change everything, all of the things. Everything. I mean, all of it. Jordan Terry, that ought to sound familiar.
Yeah.
Said it would be investments and business opportunities.
You know, and I'll take time to say this. Jordan's my middle son. And I don't think I could think of a thing that'd make me more prouder than I am of that boy. He did it his way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did it his way. 3-4 months of technical college, and is making a good living. Outstanding husband and father to my precious little grandbaby, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Jordan. You've done well, son. Love you. Michael C. Green said, I would have never picked up a cigarette.
Ain't it so?
What I thought was cool at one time has become a lifelong habit, and I have some smoking-related illnesses. That is the only thing I think I would have changed. Deborah Foltz agreed, saying never to have picked up a cigarette. Mm-hmm. And my pops used to tell me that's the best way to quit. Never pick them up.
Never pick it up.
By God.
Of course, your daddy was a real smart man, huh?
Yeah, he's a
I love his euphemisms.
He was a wiseacre.
Kimberly Smith Hogg said, I wouldn't have gotten married to a narcissistic POS. I'll just leave it at that. But if I changed that, I might not be where I am now. They say things happen for a reason. Lisa Seeley said, I should have listened to my mama.
Shouldn't we all?
In one aspect, I should have listened to my mama, but I didn't.
Yeah, made your butt hurt too, didn't it?
Oh, man.
Beverly Wilcox said, my biggest mistake in my 20s was letting my boyfriend get away. My stupidity caused him to leave, although I was crazy about him. Now I look at where my life has been and wished I had made a better decision. He is a successful business owner, is still married to the girl after me, and has a beautiful family. I'll still sit around and wonder, what if?
How many of us have done that? Just sit around and wonder, what if I'd have done this, or what if I'd have done that?
Not me. I married every damn one of them. Process of elimination.
Ain't it so?
I'd sure like to have that money back.
That shoe didn't fit, take it back.
That's it. I'd like to trade this in on a better model, please.
John Sawyer said a lot. He'd change a lot. No head-on collision on Stack and Mopac would have helped a lot. Billy J. Thomas said everything. And Bobby Bailey said, try not to be somebody that I am not.
That is pretty good words right there.
Yes, it is.
Bobby?
Yes, it is.
Yep. Shirley Mills told us when I started working at Frito-Lay, they had meetings to tell us about 401 plans. Mm-hmm. I wished I'd have started donating a portion of my pay then instead of waiting 15 years.
See, that's the same thing I was regretting not doing, Shirley, putting away some money when I was young for when I'm old, like now.
I think she told me the other day that she put about, it was either 44 or 47 years in with Frito-Lay.
Holy mackerel. That's a long time.
She a Frito Bandito, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Deanna Lucero said it would be for her to take better care of my skin and health and maybe saved a little bit more.
Yeah.
Christopher Avery said I would have bought and held $100 in Bitcoin like my buddy tried to get me to do when it was under a cent for 1 BTC.
Tell you what, that business has gone crazy.
It has gone crazy. Yeah. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. And Randy Landers says nothing. I like who I am now, and without my past and it going exactly the way it did, I wouldn't be who I am today. If I changed one thing, everything, including who I am, would be different, and it could go the other way. It's not worth the 50-50 odds.
That's a good way to look at things.
Well said, Randy.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah.
Some good opinions. And
that'll close that segment out, by the way. So, yeah.
But we appreciate you taking time to let us know what you would have changed or not changed.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to do a little follow-up on the George Floyd verdict that we talked about last week.
Oh, boy.
And when we get back, we'll share a few more of your selected opinions.
Yeah.
First, let's take this break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll let you lead us. We are back.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody.
And it's good to have everybody with us.
Hope you're having a good Friday and you got a big weekend planned in store.
About 10 days ago, we did a show on the verdict of George Floyd, and we got so much opinions from you that we wanted to do a little follow-up because we're still getting in those opinions, and we went through and selected a few choice ones that we could share with you to let you know exactly what some of you folks out there are thinking. So, Pat, why don't you just kick it off and let's go.
All righty. Cassie Terry said, I haven't been following the case much, but I do know that if the verdict was anything but guilty, there would be more riots going on. I agree with you, Cass. I've also seen side-by-side pictures circulating on social media. By the looks of it, the person who was with George Floyd and the person in the courtroom don't look quite the same.
Well, you know, I've seen that picture too, but I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. Conspiracy theories, I guess.
Oh, well.
Drax Smith said it was the right verdict for the wrong reasons. Chauvin actually smirked when people informed him Floyd was out cold and continued to press down on him with that big smirk for at least a minute after he was fully aware that Floyd was out. Convicting him to avoid riots, well, that's just flat out wrong.
And I agree. I agree, Drac, wholeheartedly. I mean, what do you do?
Yes, you can do.
Our buddy Crawdaddy Crawford Young said it was a Barney Fife move because I think we all know the outcome if you take someone's oxygen supply away from them for any length of time. Yes, he broke the law, and yes, he resisted, so he was wrong, and it cost him his life and the officer's life. However, at the point he was subdued, then it should have stopped, and it didn't. That would be considered excessive use of force, in my opinion. And that I agree with.
Absolutely.
Crawdaddy. I mean, it wouldn't have taken them anything. I mean, if he was resisting, fighting, he's already cuffed behind his back on his belly, shackle him, pick him up, chunk his ass in the car, and take him, you know.
Yeah.
That's simple. That is protocol. That's the way they're trained to do. You break the law, cuff them, take them to jail.
Yep. Yeah.
Let the judge decide what's going on.
And finally, Joe Walker said, my honest opinion, the cop killed him, not because he was black, but truth be told, the cop snapped. He should have been pulled from duty long before now. Floyd's killer will be punished as he should be. Yeah. So tell me, who will be held accountable for the businesses burned and looted? When will those innocent people get justice?
Thank you.
Well, that's a great question.
Well, and a good way to cure that is, who was it, one of our listeners said, just get you some of them fighting Spanish bulls and open the trailer door.
Let them go.
That'll clear the streets real quick. We appreciate y'all's comments and opinion. You guys
Let's take a look at some of the viewer comments we got in. I've been foaming at the mouth over this one because we got a rather, shall we say, bad comment?
A different point of view.
Yeah. Ronald Ray asked on Instagram why we continue to stir things up. We don't stir things up, do we?
Not yet.
Not yet.
About to.
You must be typical Trump supporters who take everything out of context.
Well, thank you for noticing that, Ronald. In fact, you're right.
You want to take this one?
Well, I think we ought to just tag team him. I mean, just to make a remark like that, in my simple, mild opinion, tells me that you're one of them shit stirs yourself, bud.
And Ronald, God bless you. Thank you for sending us in what you feel, and we respect that, but you need to get out of mom's basement and go find you a job and get your own place and start listening to the right side of the news.
Well, in all seriousness, it's not taken out of context. we research everything. Okay, you have to.
Yeah, we do.
What you got, Special K?
Well, we haven't taken anything out of context. And number one, our voices this is the only way our voices can be heard.
That's right.
Because the mainstream media and the CNNs and the MSNBCs are not truly putting out there what's actually going on. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, they're
We
shutting
have
shutting
seen
the other side
edited
down.
videos. We have seen edited texts.
Yeah.
And everything. So don't sit there and tell me we're taking it out of context. You, my friend, are guilty yourself.
That's right. Nah.
She just has a way with words, don't she?
Special K has spoken.
Okay, so we'll let that one alone, Ronald.
Walk
Thank you.
softly on this heart of mine.
Absolutely.
But it is a good question, and like we always boast, we will hear both sides
Good or bad?
of the opinions and comments. We don't have to agree with them. We don't have to like them, just as Ronald Ray don't. You have that God-given and constitutional right to ask that question.
Bingo.
And thanks for sending that in. What do we got? Rosemary Powell asked, when are we ever going to stop the mask wearing?
Good question.
They make us wear them, then get vaccinated, and they still want us to wear a mask. I can't handle masks anymore, no matter who it pisses off.
I think
We're on the
Rosemary,
same page, Rosemary.
You're not alone in that.
But they have a CDC CDC. I can't even say that with a straight face. They have announced that if you in fact, Sleepy Joe even come out and made a public service announcement. If you've had both vaccines and you're not in a place like a concert or an airplane or some place that's packed with people, you don't have to wear one. So that's kind of strange. All this
Paul
crap.
Michaels asked when BLM is going to concentrate on keeping crime and killings down in Chicago.
Yeah.
It seems to me that they need to focus on straightening out things in the African American community before blaming everyone else.
Absolutely.
Bam. Boy, that's hitting the nail right on the head.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And these African American athletes, if you really want to make a difference, start appealing to your communities to start getting things straightened out.
Not in the way LeBron James did, though.
No. You have to deal within your community. I mean, you got to put value on family and education.
It all starts at home.
And morals and values and things like this. I mean, everyone else has to.
It all starts at home.
It does.
That's the only way anything's going to get done about it is
That
for
is
everybody to
correct.
come together and find a solution. It doesn't have to be easy. I mean, it wasn't easy screwing it up, so it's not going to damn sure not going to be easy straightening it out.
I heard that.
And to close this week's viewer comments, Wesley Paul watched our show that asked, should Biden be treated like Trump did while he's in office? He said they should keep looking into Biden's dealings with his son that could be construed as being a traitor to our country. I agree.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wesley. Appreciate that comment.
Where is a young Biden, that old Hunter? What's he up to?
Man, you don't hear much about him anymore.
Oh, well, he is.
And then you have Rudy Giuliani that got raided.
He is giving a class on fake news.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? What
Hunter Biden is giving a class or a guest speaker at a class at one of the colleges, I can't remember which one, on fake news.
Well, wouldn't you if you was a fresh-made billionaire and the president's son?
Well, it's so funny.
Hey, if you have an idea or a comment for the Grandpa and Pappy Show, it's very simple.
Yeah.
For you to get in touch with us, you can go to our email account, which is right over my shoulder, grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
That's a good way to get started there, amigo.
Or
you can simply hit us up on our show website page, which can be found by keying in www.grandpa and the letter N Pappy. That's www.grandpaandpappy.com, where you'll see a big old red button like that one. Push it. Devise a password and subscribe. We are numbers driven, and we love subscribers. While you're there, you can. It's YouTube driven, by the way. And
Yes.
even on YouTube, you can leave comments, show topics, complaints, whatever you want to say. Anything you deem necessary to discuss, we'll take a look at it. We read them all.
that is correct. Or you can go to our Facebook group page,
Yeah.
where you'll see 95% of all the opinions that make our show.
Unedited.
Unedited. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah.
We always tell you to reach out, hug your kids, and let them know you love them.
Yeah, take care of one another and let them babies know that they're well loved right here at the Grandpa and Pappy Show too.
Absolutely. Till we see you back next week, as Grandpa and Pappy always tell you, take care of each other. God bless you. God bless America. And we'll see you on Monday.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.